All right, everybody, and welcome back. In this video, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about Hogan's head placement. We've all seen to where Hogan's set up and he's done his waggle and he's done all this stuff, and then right at that last second, he turns his head to the right and then he makes his swing. But what this is not something that is easily understood by the masses. Hell, it wasn't even understood by me until I finally started to realize, that there's something else to this. And what do I mean by that? Right now, most people set up to the club and they've got their head, their ears are on the side of their head and they're looking at the golf ball and they start to swing. And then they come up. Now, this is basically the modern swing teaching, not Hogan, okay? So what happens is the head stays here, they lift it up. Some people get this kind of extra up here, this stretch that's turning more like everything's going to the target. But because the ears are here and they're not where Hogan had them, it's one thing. So then what people try to do, they turn their head like this, but believe it or not, that still is not what Hogan was doing, okay? And this is absolutely going to change your ball striking. Period. I mean, right now, we are going to change your ball striking because everybody makes the joke like, oh, it's not your head, it's the 6 inches in between your head that cause you problems. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's your physical head. It has nothing to do with your mental approach to whatever's going on, but it's the position of your head that is not allowing you to rotate correctly, especially when it comes to Hogan's swing. And believe it or not, it is the same thing in the modern swing. Okay, so I said the ears, if I had a line that was parallel in front of me, my ears right now, the way I'm set up, they're pretty much parallel to my feet line and parallel to the flight line. Well, we all think, okay, well, heck, if I just turn my head like Hogan, but now what you'll see, my ears are parallel to this line and they're moving up in this direction. So all of a sudden, let's just leave them there and try to make our moves. So we get there and we're like, oh, okay. Well, because the ears are in this position, it makes it real easy to want to come over the top. It really does. Okay, so let me put this down for a minute. Let me explain this to you in a different way. Our head, if we put this like this in front of us, okay, our head can move here. That's about as far as it's going to go. And our head can move here. That's as far as it's going to go. But when I move that angle over, guys, it is truly a 90-degree angle. So our head, our vision from our neck has this ability to rotate in between this 90-degree angle. Okay? So now if you can think about it like this, there's that 90-degree angle. We're tilted over. So now my head can go like this. It can go like that. But it's not like this. It's take your right ear, and on this angle, I'm going to rotate my head this way. On this side of the 90, I rotate my head this way, and it puts my ear kind of going this way over my right shoulder. So all of a sudden I'm here, I've turned it back, and now what it does is it really gets my head behind the golf ball, but because my ear is going over my shoulder now, it's real easy for me to follow this path and then start to come down, okay? Now, this is where it's going to get super exciting for a lot of people. So when I'm set up and I have taken this ear, and again, we're working that 90-degree angle in front of us, and I take that ear and I turn it back to my shoulder to where it feels like my ear is now going over my trail shoulder. Watch what happens. I'm here. Now it's kind of like if I start coming and I'm coming around this corner, which we've heard people talk about the corners in the golf swing before, but because this ear is turned this way and my head is behind the ball, now as I go to the top and I'm there, look where I'm at, because my ear has gone, it's giving my body and my shoulders the ability to go this way. Now in the downswing, what is the coolest part of this, okay, is that if you can feel like you are leaving your head here, and you're just going to work underneath this shoulder. Then you're going to start, oh, look how my body's going to open up. You can see it with I'm here. I put my ear over my trail shoulder, got me to the top of the backswing. Then I'm going to come underneath this ear because this ear is now pointing this way. And then I'll be like, aha, watch my body. Now I come into the shot and see how the head is down, but it's like I'm working around this semicircle of the ear with my shoulders, which is really going to allow me to come into this fantastic rotation. See, what a lot of people do, and it's because of their head, they get to the top, they're like this, and then the first move they make, watch my trail ear, watch my head. When they come over the top, this ear, the trail side of my head, my trail ear, is going this way as the shoulder goes that way. So now watch my ear. So they're here, and when they go over the top, look how my head is going this way too, okay? So my ear is up at this angle, if you will, okay? And then they come over the top this way. But if I take this ear and I point it like this and have my head behind the ball, watch this. If I'm just gonna stay under it. But if I try to come over the top, it feels weird as crap because I'm not letting my head move. Once we're here, we have to keep this ear pointing to the right shoulder as we start down, See how it looks like because this ear is still over the right shoulder, and I'm just gonna leave it there in my transition. Now look how everything is on the trail side of my body. Then as I'm coming through, again, look how the ear is down and my shoulder is going around me, but see how my ear is still down here, and then I'll release and come through. This is truly, if you can understand this, it is going to change your game. Because see, a lot of amateurs, I wouldn't say amateurs, guys, I'd say recreational players. Let's just call it what it is. The bottom line there is most recreational players, they get here, watch my head. And when they start coming into the shot, look how my head is moving with my shoulders. And hell, that makes sense. We've got our collarbone and the bones here. So it's kind of like, oh, but what happens really is, watch this. I stay like this, okay? And let me put this down again. Here's a great drill to do. Pretty much just stand up straight. Pretend like you've got a baby in your arms like this. Spread out your legs, and you're just gonna rock back and forth. Rock back and forth like this. And when you're rocking to your lead side, you will feel your head. Watch my head. I'm rocking this way. Watch my head. See how my head, when I'm rocking this way, see how my ear is kind of falling to my shoulder? So I've got the baby, and I'm kind of just, okay, trying to get the little one to go to sleep. And it's like here, I've got the baby, and the second I rock to my lead side, this ear goes down. And you'll feel it. And it may be just a slight little, see that? My trail ear is going down this way, but it's not this way. It's turned the ear back to the trail shoulder, and now watch what happens. That's the move we have to be making. So watch this. When we get up here and we've got that trail ear back, now I'm just gonna rock the baby. There it is. And because this trail ear is pointing back to the right shoulder, because we've worked that 90, we're not going like this. We're rotating our head into this side of the 90. Now, what is also the benefiting factor of this? Watch this. When I get set up, I'm in all my good positions. I've got my body in a position of resistance. So now all of a sudden, I'm going to turn this ear back, but I'm really going to rotate into this side of the 90. So the second I do this, look what it has done to my head. Now, because this is our spine angle, my head is here, the ear is back. Watch how easy this is for me to stay in that spine angle all the time because my head is no longer getting in the way. So once you go out and hit some shots, guys, it will absolutely blow you away because you'll be here like this. You'll get set up and you go, okay, Chris said, take my trail ear and turn it, not this way, turn it to my trail shoulder. And then when you look down, you're going to be like, oh my God, I am so far behind the golf ball. It is not even funny. And then what you want to do is keep that trail ear there. This trail shoulder, as you start to go into, there's your trigger, comes up. Now we're going this way. And all of a sudden you're at the top and you're like, oh my God. I can't, it's like, my God, I got to find the golf ball here. And then when I'm starting to come down with the recentering move, now this trail ear, your head is going to stay here, but you're going to work around and underneath this trail ear. So there's the rebound move. And now look at this. Now all of a sudden, because I'm keeping my head there, see how I'm back on the trail side of the body? I'm still back, but I'm running at the ball and doing all these great things. And then all of a sudden I come through, bingo, and I will release that thing to come to the top. I cannot stress to you enough this head position and how you get the trail ear to, if this is my trail shoulder, I've got to turn my head right there. And now all of a sudden when I'm looking at the ball, I think you guys saw me do the one thing to where if I'm looking at the ball and I covered up my left eye and then looking at the bridge of my nose, that's where the golf ball would be. But when you move your head like this, let me tell you, your right eye or your left, depending if you're right-handed or left-handed, the trail eye is going to become extremely dominant. And then because of this, now I'm able to go into pure rotation. And I'm going to come out with a different video that's going to talk about some things that are not allowing you to rotate properly. And it's a real simple fix and a real simple thing to understand. So I cannot emphasize this to you enough. You have to have the trail ear pointing at the trail shoulder on our 90 this way to where it feels like it's, oh, just like that. And now all of a sudden, like I proved, now my head is on this swivel at the end of my spine angle that's going to allow me just to work around this and keep my head behind the golf ball at all times. And I promise you, whether you're trying to learn what Hogan's doing or whether you're trying to learn the modern golf swing, the more you can get this head to go, there it is at address. Now in the downswing, I'm going to keep my head here. I'm going to work underneath that and I'm going to come through. Now when I come through, the head's going to move, but look at the position how my back is at. Look at the position of my hips because of the simple fact that the head turned back at address. Now we're getting here. We're starting to come and work around that ear with our shoulder. And then look at how my back is here. And I'm just going to come into this amazing leverage position as I come through the shot. So give it a try. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll look for you in the next video.